Hi gang! So in this video I wanted to compare some House of Glamdolls products that I've more recently gotten into. So the first product that I found from House of Glamdolls was on Love Makeup UK, and I picked up the GlamLift Wheel. Love Makeup UK is an online site. It sells a lot of kind of geared towards makeup artists products. Whole brands like RCMA, Kent Cosmetics, Sugar Pill, Viseart, Ben Nye, more targeted towards makeup artists. And they also do carry brushes from Isam, which is a brand by Muse Beauty Pro, which also is very, makeup artist centric. Anyway, so I was looking initially for the Isam brushes, and then I spotted House of Glamdolls and some of them were on discount, so I picked them up. And yeah, I really enjoy the GlamLift Wheel. I've been using it a lot since I've gotten it. So the GlamLift Wheels are all cream formulas. They come in little segments like that. And yeah, you just warm them up on the back of your hand, or you can, take out a little bit of the product with a spatula onto kind of like a palette like this, and you can mix and match and combine shades in order to create the perfect custom shade for yourself or the person that you're doing makeup on. I think for the most part, after applying this cream product on my face, I feel that my face has a nice sheen and finish to it. In my opinion, it looks like my skin is more refined. It evens out texture very nicely, and it doesn't look like it's too much. However, I will say that if I don't set it with anything throughout the day, my face will get quite oily and the product does start to separate on the face. This GlamLift Wheel is advertised as being more for color correction. So it's got a lot of peachy undertones, and as you can see here, there are two darker shades. I thought maybe I could get away with using it to contour, but no, it is extremely orange. It makes sense because if it's a color correcting wheel for a professional makeup artist, a professional makeup artist would probably have clients that range in skin tone, and therefore these two darker orangey shades would be much more suited for people with deeper skin tones in order to color correct their under eye circles or kind of discoloration in certain parts of their faces. So that makes perfect sense. And yeah, however, it's a little bit odd because I couldn't find the blush wheel or the GlamLift Wheel on the House of Glamdolls official website. It was not possible to purchase any of these. This is the GlamLight wheel, the GlamBase wheel, and this other GlamBase wheel, which is more geared towards Asian skin tones, apparently. So these three products, I didn't see them on the Love Makeup UK website, and these two products I didn't see on the actual House of Glamdolls website. Which is a shame because I think this GlamLift Wheel is actually really good. This one is a blush palette kind of thing, and I think the shades kind of are very pink, and I wish that there was maybe one color in there that was leaning more towards like a red tone, just so that there would be a little bit more diversity that you can get with this. But anyway, those are the things that I got. So I did compare the GlamBase wheels, each of the shades on my skin, essentially, and I found that these are almost the exact same product except for one shade. So this Bespoke edit is supposedly more for Asian skin tones. At least that's what it says on the website. But the only shade that's different is this shade right here, which is Caramel. This shade right here. These are essentially the exact same wheels, except for these two shades side by side in the middle. So this one is Caramel, and this one is called Sculpt. Yeah, Sculpt 1 is not included in this, and Caramel is not included in this. So it's basically, there's just one shade that's different. And I suppose if you were a makeup artist, it might make more sense to you, because when it comes to creating a foundation shade for a varying amount of people, right? You wouldn't just take one shade and just, you know, use that as the foundation shade for a particular person. You probably would have to mix a few colors to get the perfect kind of a foundation shade for the person that you're working on. So I suppose it makes more sense that this particular, this particular wheel has one shade that's different, which is a lot less cool toned than the Sculpt one. The Sculpt one is extremely kind of gray in its tone, and the caramel is, of course, very caramelly. This caramel is a lot more yellow orange, and this one is definitely more gray. And yeah, I didn't really need to get both. I should have just gotten one or the other. And actually, in my situation, I think the regular GlamBase wheel might serve me better than the one with the that is supposedly more for Asian skin tones, because even though I am Asian, my skin is pretty fair, and therefore the lighter shades would, you know, in combination would probably serve me well. I don't think this particular caramel shade is necessary for me to get my perfect foundation match. Also, I wanted to note the crossover of shades on these palettes. So first of all, let's talk about the highlight shade. So in this wheel, this is the GlamLight wheel. This is where all the highlighters live. So as you can see right here, this is a shade called Glow. And in both of the GlamBase wheels, there is a middle shade. Those shades are exactly the same, so they're all called Glow. If this camera wants to focus, this one says Glow. So in the GlamBlush wheel, there are two shades that are also present in the GlamLight wheel. So this is the blush, this is the highlighter. So both of these in the middle have the shade Strobe, they are the exact same shade, and the shade Babyface, which is right up here. And for the GlamLift wheel, there is a highlighter shade in the middle as well, but this one is considerably more kind of light to mid-tone. And that is also present in this shade, and this is the shade Reflect. So as this is the middle shade right here, that's Reflect, and right here is the Reflect shade in the GlamLight wheel. So those are some crossovers for you to know if you are interested in picking any of these up. I also picked up from the GlamDolls site the Fixology Glow. This is, it says it's a fixing medium to enable you to fix and set makeup with a radiant glow finish while you apply your initial base for amazing durability. Mix with your foundation prior to application. So this is kind of, yeah, it's to kind of fix things in place. And then this one is a setting powder. This is, it's a glow setting powder. So as you can see, I've kind of picked all the kind of glowy type of things, not so much matte, because I do have some translucent powder from RCMA. I also have a matte setting powder, a couple of matte setting powders in my personal collection. So I don't really need another matte setting powder, so I just picked up the Glow one, the one that's going to be a bit more dewy in finish, I suppose. And for this video, I think I want to try and compare and contrast how my makeup would stay with the Fixology and with the setting powder, and kind of, I'll break my face up into different quadrants so that there would be a better ability to contrast the effectiveness of either of these products. I'm also using a bit of the GlamLift wheel, the color correcting wheel, to color correct the under eyes right here.
From the top of your head.
Hmm? Yeah, why?
How
What?
many brushes do you own? You don't even know.
I have no idea.
Roughly.
100.
What? Are you serious?
I don't know.
100?
You can count.
You don't find that even out of the possibility, out of the realm of possible.
You can count for me. Help me count. Maybe it's 50. Who knows? I don't know. I'm gonna set the top part of my face with the glow powder, and then leave this quadrant and this quadrant unpowdered. So let me zoom you in so that you can see what it looks like at this point. And right off the bat, I can just say that by using the Fixology Glow, obviously you do get more product and it is easier to kind of blend out because you do have the benefit of the liquid kind of making everything more easy to glide on. And definitely there is a bit of patchiness over here. That happened with the initial application of just the cream without the Fixology Glow. I will say that even though the Fixology Glow did dilute the formula a little bit, somehow I feel like this side of the face looks a little bit more makeup-y, and I don't know if it's because of the kind of double glow effect. I've got the Fixology Glow and I've also got the glow powder on this side of the face. So if you stand there and just look at my face from there, like stand in front of me. Okay. Do you see any difference between this side of my face and this side of my face?
Yes, definitely the pores on your right side seem smaller, I think, so it looks more matte.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like the pores on your cheek, especially because it's like bulging out.
Mm-hmm.
They seem finer on your right side than on your left side.
So this side is finer.
This is your right side.
Okay.
Under your eye, it looks like there's more of a dark area on your left side than on your right side too. So it feels a little bit to me like you put more makeup or you put some makeup on your right side, but you didn't do that on your left side so far.
Okay.
Probably.
So which side do you prefer?
I guess your right side. If I had to choose now.
Okay. Honestly, now I'm even more confused than when when I started. Okay, so let's just pause. We'll let it roll. And I will be back in, I don't know how many hours. Okay, so I think it has been roughly 5 hours since I applied the products to my face. At this point, it does look like the majority of it has held up. So I have seen a separation of product on the eyelids a little bit, both of them, as well as right here in the corner of the eye. That's usually where I do get some sort of separation with eyeshadow as well. And in terms of around the nose, this area has broken up a bit. This area has broken up a bit. This area too. The tip of the nose has gotten really shiny without the setting powder. So from here up is where I applied the powder, and then from here down is where I did not apply any sort of powder. So definitely the nose tip is very shiny. In terms of controlling shine, I think the setting powder did do its job. Obviously this part of my face and this part of my face doesn't produce a lot of oil. It's relatively matte and it has remained relatively, you know, unchanged throughout the day. So this part of my face, I think there's some product grabbing onto certain areas more than this side of the face. So in general, I think the Fixology Glow did give me a more smoothed out application. In terms of the holding power of the cream products, I am seeing a little bit more disintegration of certain oilier parts. Like for example here, under the eyes, under the nose without the Fixology Glow. I will say there is a difference when it comes to the setting powder which I used, the Glow setting powder. I think in general, I would still use the Fixology Glow with the cream products if I wanted a more blended out finish. And I would also set certain areas of my face with this powder if I was going out for an extended period of time. Okay, so I just wanted to do a follow-up segment of this video to kind of show you what 8 hours of wear time looks like with the color wheels in combination with the Fixology Glow. So I used the RCMA No Color Powder on this side of the face, and I used the Glow setting powder on this side of the face from House of Glamdolls. And I just wanted to compare and contrast if, you know, either method would hold the makeup better. Again, these are different finishes. So the RCMA No Color Powder is just meant to be a translucent powder. So it's kind of like just a regular matte setting powder. And the Glow one is supposed to give you a little bit of a sheen, a little bit of this slight glimmer to your face. And I think both of them did a good job. This is the result after 8 hours of wear. I didn't do much today. So I did blow my nose a few times. So a little bit of the product might have worn down just a little bit, not too much. When I compare both sides of the face, they don't look like, it doesn't look like either one fared really badly throughout the day. It looks like they kind of kept most of its integrity in terms of the foundation and the powder kind of staying. I'm not seeing a whole lot of breakdown on this side. I'm also not seeing a whole lot of breakdown on this side of the face. Let me zoom you in a little bit, so maybe that would help. A little bit of separation there, a little bit of separation here as well. The corners of the eyes, this is something that happens all the time with me. This lid is a little bit more oily than this one, but not horrific. You can see the oil and you can see some separation of product, some gathering in the double lid crease of my eye. For the under eyes, this area seems a bit dry and some product has kind of gathered down here. I didn't notice that when I first applied the product. For the most part, everything held up quite nicely, and I'm glad of the performance of the Fixology Glow as well as the cream products as in combination with other products on top of it. With the Glow Set powder, I feel like my skin is a little bit, it's not sticky, but it's not as, you know, smooth as this one. And that might also have something to do with the fact that this is a matte powder. I do feel like the Glow powder does give me kind of like a healthy sheen. So it really depends on the mood. Do I feel like I really want to go for like a fairly powdered down matte look? Or do I want to have this extra glimmer to my face? Yeah, I guess to a certain extent, this side of the face looks slightly more natural because of that sheen. Let me just quickly grab these two wheels that I spoke about earlier. And I did mention that I didn't think that the caramel shade in the Bespoke Edit wheel was going to be appropriate for me. But I was wrong, because even this shade, which I feel is kind of matching my skin tone, when I did mix it in with a little bit of this caramel shade, I think I got a much better color match for my skin tone. And obviously when I tan, I will get deeper. And using this other one right here, which is the deepest shade, I don't think that would be, I think that would be a little bit too dark and a bit too yellow in nature. So mixing the caramel in did help me achieve a nice even match to my skin tone. In the event that I do get more tan because of sun exposure and so on, the caramel shade will probably serve me quite well. I take back what I said about caramel not being necessary. I actually do enjoy it. One thing I will say is that the Sculpt 1 shade, which is not present in this Bespoke edit, which is meant for Asian skin tones, this Sculpt 1 shade is very gray in tone, and I use that as my contour, and I don't think it's bad. I think it actually is quite suitable for my complexion. I also did bronze my face a little bit, so what you're seeing right here is not entirely just the contouring shade. And for the rest of my face, I didn't actually do anything to it. All I did was do the foundation, do a little bit of contouring, do a little bit of bronzer, and set my face and of course my brows. So the rest of the face remains relatively untouched. So that is my roundup of everything. So further along, I will experiment with using other setting powders. I do have a Bourjois one, a Neve Cosmetics fluffy, they call it their fluffy matte powder, and I will try to use those to set my face. If there's anything to add about the combination of those products and these and the Fixology Glow, I will let you know in due course. So yeah, that's it from me. I hope you found this video informative, and ciao for now.